Back in the early days of The Walking Dead, Rick and Shane started out as tight friends, but their relationship fell apart fast during the first two seasons. Shane, always ready with a jab, threw out a low-key insult about Rick that hasn't aged well at all. Early, Rick wasn't exactly the fearless leader we all know now. He made his fair share of mistakes and was a little too optimistic for the harsh world they were thrown into, but he learned quickly, turning those lessons into some of his most epic moments in the series. Shane, on the other hand, couldn't resist taking shots at Rick, especially in Season 2, Episode 7, when he told Lori, "See, Rick, he ain't built for this world." Ouch. At that time, both guys thought they had what it took to lead the group, but Shane clearly didn't think Rick had the guts to make it long term. Ironically, Shane didn't even survive past the second season, while Rick went on to become one of the apocalypse's most iconic survivors. The real kicker, Rick not only outlived Shane, but ended up being the one to take him out for the sake of the group. Talk about flipping the script. And Rick's survival isn't just about making it past Shane, it's about thriving in a world that breaks most people. Whether it was leading communities, taking on impossible odds, or surviving captivity under the CRM, Rick kept proving Shane, and plenty of others, wrong. That line about Rick not being built for this world, yeah, that's laughable now. Rick has done things no one else could. Sure, Michonne gave him a hand when things got rough, but Rick's mental toughness and sheer will to fight made him one of the most unstoppable characters in The Walking Dead. Rick wasn't perfect. He had his lows, like his dark murder beard phase, but he always found a way back. Losing his wife and son would have crushed anyone else, but Rick used those losses to fuel his drive to survive and protect the people he cared about. Even when he had to make the hardest calls, including killing people to keep his group safe, he managed to hold on to his humanity. Rick wasn't just about survival, he was about building something better, proving time and again that he was more than just a fighter, he was a leader with a vision. Shane's words about Rick not being cut out for this world couldn't have been more wrong. Rick has faced off against villains like the Governor, Negan, and Gareth, and outsmarted powerful groups like the CRM. Time and again, these people underestimated him, thinking they could break him or make him fall in line, but Rick always rose to the challenge, refusing to back down no matter how bad things got. His story is one of resilience, proving over and over that he's the heart of the franchise. Even when Rick doubted himself, he found a way to inspire those around him, becoming a symbol of hope and strength for his allies. Years after his disappearance, his friends still think about him, a testament to the kind of leader he was. Shane's dismissive comment back in Season 2 might have seemed accurate then, but looking at how far Rick's come, it's clear he's not just built for this world, he's defined by it. And that's why Rick Grimes remains one of the most important and beloved characters in the Walking Dead universe. Rick's journey wasn't just about survival, it was about transformation. When we first met him, he was a sheriff's deputy, trying to do the right thing in a world gone mad, but over the years, the apocalypse forced him to evolve into a hardened leader capable of making impossible decisions, whether it was battling hordes of walkers or outsmarting ruthless enemies. Rick rose to the occasion again and again, and yet he never lost sight of the kind of world he wanted to rebuild. That balance between brutal survivalist and hopeful visionary is what made him such a compelling character. It's also what separated him from Shane, who couldn't find that middle ground and ultimately self-destructed. Shane's biggest downfall was his inability to adapt to the long game. He operated purely on instinct, focused on immediate survival, which led to short-sighted decisions and an overwhelming sense of paranoia. Rick, on the other hand, learned to see the bigger picture. He made alliances, formed communities, and built trust among his people. Even when it meant taking huge risks, Rick understood that surviving wasn't just about staying alive, it was about giving people a reason to live. That's why, even after everything fell apart, people like Michonne, Daryl, and Carol stayed loyal to him. They believed in Rick's vision for a better future, even when he doubted himself. One of Rick's defining moments was his confrontation with Negan and the Saviors. For a while, it seemed like Negan had the upper hand, breaking Rick emotionally and physically. But Rick didn't just fight back, he rallied his people and led an entire rebellion against Negan's regime. The war against the Saviors showcased Rick's ability to adapt and persevere, even when faced with overwhelming odds. It wasn't just about defeating Negan, though. By the end of that arc, Rick made the bold decision to spare his enemy, showing that his humanity hadn't been completely stripped away by the apocalypse. This act of mercy was a testament to Rick's growth and his belief in the possibility of redemption. Rick's ability to inspire hope extended far beyond his immediate group. His reputation as a leader spread, with other survivors recognizing him as someone capable of uniting fractured communities. Even after his supposed death, his legacy lived on, influencing the choices and actions of those who followed him. Judith and Michonne carried on his mission, proving that his impact wasn't just limited to his own story arc. Rick's willingness to sacrifice everything for his family and friends left an indelible mark on the world of The Walking Dead, cementing him as one of the most influential figures in the franchise. Shane's early critique of Rick, that he wasn't built for this world, wasn't just wrong, it highlighted Shane's own ability to understand what true leadership meant. Shane's approach was all about dominance and control, while Rick's strength came from his ability to adapt, inspire, and endure. By the time Shane was gone, Rick had already started to prove that survival in an apocalypse wasn't just about brute force, it was about resilience, strategy, and most importantly, hope. Shane may have been physically strong and ruthless, but he lacked the emotional and mental fortitude that Rick consistently displayed throughout the series. Rick's story is one of constant evolution, from the naive sheriff to the battle hardened survivor to the reluctant leader. Rick's journey encapsulates the core themes of The Walking Dead: survival, family, and the search for humanity in a broken world. Even after everything he's been through, Rick still dreams of a better future, holding on to the part of himself that existed before the outbreak. His ability to carry that hope while navigating the harsh realities of the apocalypse is what makes him one of the most unforgettable characters in television history. Shane's insult may have been biting at the time, but it only serves to underscore just how far Rick has come and why his story continues to resonate with fans around the world. Rick's resilience wasn't just about survival, it was about his ability to carry others through the chaos, whether it was Carl, Judith, Michonne, or even former enemies like Negan. Rick's influence changed lives. He didn't just fight to protect the people he loved, he fought to give them something to believe in. Time and again, Rick made the hard choices that others couldn't, like sacrificing his own safety to lead walkers away from his community or enduring brutal losses to keep his group together. That strength of character is what turned Rick into more than just a survivor. He became a symbol of hope in a hopeless world. Someone who showed that even when everything seemed lost, there's still a reason to fight. Looking back, Shane's comment about Rick not being built for this world feels almost ironic. Rick didn't just survive, he thrived, transforming himself into a legend whose story is being told. From leading his group through unimaginable horrors to standing up against oppressive forces like the CRM, Rick consistently proved his doubters wrong. Even years after his supposed death, his legacy continues to inspire those who knew him, and his desire to build a better world remains one of the defining elements of the Walking Dead universe. Ultimately, Rick Grimes' journey is a testament to the enduring power of hope, grit, and transformation in the face of relentless adversity. While others faltered or gave in to the darkness, Rick found a way to keep pushing forward. Even when the cost was almost too much to bear, his ability to adapt, lead, and inspire made him more than just a survivor. It made him a beacon of what humanity could still achieve. Even in a world overrun by death and destruction, Shane's dismissal of Rick as someone who wasn't built for this world didn't just miss the mark and became the ultimate irony. Rick wasn't just built for the apocalypse, He defined what it meant to survive it with purpose, resilience, and an unwavering will to protect those he loved. But anyway, y'all, let's get into the next one.